Hi, welcome back to the Real Good Times podcast where we talk about everything movies related. I'm Amanda,
I'm Shane.
and today we thought that we would talk about some of our favorites and a little bit about us. Since last time we kind of just jumped right into it. So, yeah, today we're just going to be talking about our favorite movies and actors and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Uh I guess I can jump off first. We can go back and forth introducing our favorite movies. So for
Okay.
my first movie, I would say it would have to be Back to the Future because I think it's the first movie that became like obsessed with and that made me want to get into making movies just because I think it's one of those movies where it's not like exceptionally like deep, but I think there's no flaws to it. It's just pure entertainment the whole way through.
Yeah, just a good movie. It doesn't have to be deep.
No, it's
I don't
just
think
like
so. For a movie to be good, it
it's
doesn't have
like
to
the
be deep.
perfect like blockbuster, like popcorn movie.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, um, one of my first favorites is La La Land, which I think is
Ooh,
probably also on your top five,
yeah, I
maybe.
was gonna say that next, so I'll sub in another movie next.
You don't have to sub in a movie. We can talk about it
Okay, we
together
can
if
talk
you
about it
want.
together. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
This movie is one of my favorites. I have it tattooed on my body. Whenever I first watched it, I did not like it because I've never been a musical kind of person, and I'm pretty sure I like turned it off after the opening song
I didn't
because
know
it
that.
was crazy. I'm pretty sure, or it might have been after Mia and her roommates sing.
Mm,
Uh, like I think when they're dancing on the street, I think that's the point where I turned it off.
got you.
And I didn't give it a fair chance. And then I watched it again and I loved it. And I've probably watched it about 20 times since.
Yeah, it's one of those movies where we will like we're laying in bed and we're like, let's watch La La Land, and then we always watch like the first 20 minutes and fall asleep.
It's like our comfort movie,
Yeah, I'd say so.
but it's just so good. Everything about it. Casting, the music, even though I didn't like it at first. The soundtrack, yeah, the music, um, the
The
outfits, the
outfit, the
colors.
production
Yeah,
design.
yeah. Everything about it is just perfect.
It's the best.
The story,
Yeah, I'm gonna say it should have won Best Picture
yeah.
over
They should
Moonlight.
just let them stay up there.
Yeah, they should have said, "Oh, y'all are right."
Moonlight, you guys won. Get up here, Moonlight.
That's gonna be controversial for some people because I think Moonlight probably has like it's a more important movie, but on a pure like entertainment level, I liked La La Land more.
That whole situation still haunts me. It still gives me secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that's ever happened. That's worse than the slap.
Ugh. It's just the way he reacted. So
He was
bad.
probably he was mad and embarrassed.
I know. I feel so bad for him. It's so embarrassing though.
And Jimmy Kimmel was up there trying to salvage it. Uh, but I guess I'll go to my next movie, which is Her with Joaquin Phoenix and
Hmm.
Scarlett Johansson. I think it is just a really good movie to watch when you're wanting to feel something because it always touches me like emotionally just through the happy moments like in their when they're growing as a couple. You can like even though she's not even there, you can feel their chemistry just through their voices, and you actually do get a sense of like love between them. And then it it really hurts when inevitably like things aren't going to work out because she's AI, he's a real person, and it's kind of scary
Yeah.
how realistic it's becoming the older it gets.
Yeah. That movie is so cool. Just like the whole idea of it. I like that movie a lot too.
Yeah, there's literally people who have like AI girlfriends now with how advanced AI is getting, and they're gonna fall in love with them, and the same thing's gonna happen to them.
Yeah. It's pretty weird. I don't like that. I didn't like it in the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy, and I don't. The only thing I don't like about it is the cat scene. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
cat scene, not the
that's
cat
that's
scene.
that's too much for me.
It sounds even weirder out of context for people that
Yeah,
don't know. It's not
yeah.
that weird, but it's weird a little bit.
It's like, probably it makes my skin crawl. It makes me want to turn off the movie, and it happens like 5 minutes into it.
Okay, my second favorite movie is Call Me by Your Name. Super basic, but still one of the best movies ever.
It's not tainted for you.
No. I'm glad that they didn't go ahead and do a second one because of Armie Hammer, but I don't think it's tainted. I still really like it. I think that both of them have really good chemistry in it. It makes me want to move to Italy. It's heartbreaking. It's funny. The dad and son monologue is crazy. The end scene where Timothy
Oh, the
Chalamet
ending
is just
credits.
staring into the fireplace, the
Yeah.
meme, but it's just
There's
so good.
the music.
The music, oh my
From
god, literally yes.
John Stevens.
Jinx. Oh, that it's just it's so good. One of the things I think about me and my top favorite movies is that like the soundtrack like really matters to me in a
Yeah,
favorite movie.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Call Me by Your Name, stellar movie. Makes
It
me
looks
like
really pretty too.
yeah, like it makes me want to move to Italy, but every single time I watch it, it makes me feel like happy, but also like the whole time it feels like my gut is like fall like when you're like on a roller coaster and your gut
Mm,
like that's how but I'm also like happy to watch it at the same time, but that's how I feel, happy and sad the whole time because after you watch it once you already know what happens, but like so you know what's coming, you're like ugh, but it's also just so good and happy and then sad. It's just so good.
how old was Timothy during that? He was
I
like
don't know, he's gotta be like 10.
he
Boy
was like
is like
new.
tiny and scrawny and yeah, he's like fresh out.
He would have been
Little baby.
23.
23. Oh my gosh.
That's
He was so
nuts.
tiny. He
I
literally
would
looked
like
like a
to
little
see
boy.
a sequel, especially after we just saw Challengers.
Yeah. Well, also like I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard about the book sequel being
Like as
great,
good.
but I don't
Mm,
know. So, because I don't really hear about the sequel of the book at all often. So, who
that's
knows.
true.
But I do have a lot of faith in Luca.
Luca
So,
Guadagnino. He needs to
yeah.
get back with Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, they need to make a masterpiece again.
He's kind of like a slut for directors. He has like three separate directors that he's like their guy for.
Timothy Chalamet, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone,
Greta
he's just like
Gerwig,
Luca,
him,
uh,
and
Denis Villeneuve with Dune.
yeah. It's just 'cause he's on the rise. Anyways, we'll get into him later because he's on my list for later. He's probably on
Oh,
your list too.
no, no.
Okay, you can go on to your next one.
Okay. This one, um, is I think a personal movie between us. When Harry Met Sally.
Ah, I knew it. I knew you were gonna have that on there.
It's the perfect fall movie. Just like I think Call Me by Your
Uh-huh.
Name is like one of the perfect summer movies.
Summer movies. Yeah.
Yeah. But this movie is like pure fall. And it's also the best
Mm-hmm.
romance movie, I think. Because
Oof.
I think it's the most realistic romance in a movie. And
I guess.
they have
Yeah.
uh great chemistry together. All the jokes are funny. The fits are eating.
The fits are fitting.
Fits are fitting. especially Harry's bits. And it's just like it's really the script and their chemistry that makes it work, and just New York in the fall. Everything's like a painting.
Yeah. The only thing I can't get past in that movie is that it's literally Mike Wazowski, like the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, this is Mike Wazowski. That's what
But
makes
you,
me mad is that he never changed his voice to be Mike Wazowski. So it's like that's just
it's
him. He
it's
is
funny
Mike
that
Wazowski.
the first time we watched it, you didn't even realize until I said something. You were like, "Oh,
Until you
now I
said
can't
something and I
unhear it."
was like, oh my god. Like it flipped my world upside down when you said that.
Yeah, it's also like impressive that they managed to make him look somewhat appealing.
Yeah, aw. That's so mean.
Sorry, it's like I don't think Billy Crystal was ever a heartthrob, but
That's
he looks
like
okay in this.
Tom Hanks. And you've got mail.
Yeah, has Tom Hanks ever been like the Ryan Gosling of his era?
No.
I can't ever see that.
Oh, it's also kind of like Bill Murray
Oh
in
God,
Lost in Translation. Like they're trying to make him like Mil or Dilf material. And it's like
definitely not Bill Murray. Even when he was young, like in Ghostbusters, and when he was like actually a romantic lead,
oh God.
that's not happening for you, buddy. Stick to the funnies. But yeah, when Harry met Sally, that also a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Very jazzy,
Hmm.
New York. All right, do you want? Is
All
this
right.
your second to last one?
This is my third because remember you did La La
Oh
Land with
yeah.
me too, so I'll have one more.
Okay.
Um, so my third is Interstellar. I feel like all of these are so freaking like
All of mine are basic
copy and
too.
paste. Yeah, I feel so basic, but it's
Well,
got to be Interstellar.
yeah, Interstellar's pretty good. That's
It
one
just
movie
it blew
we disagree on.
it just blew my mind. Like it's so cool how someone can think of a story like that from that connects from beginning to end, and it blows my mind. The cast is so good. The soundtrack, obviously, we've already talked about how I love a good soundtrack.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer.
Soundtrack, it looks really cool. I don't know. I love Matthew McConaughey.
Is that
It's
his
just
best
so
role,
cool.
or is it How to Lose a Guy in
That
10 Days?
or it low key might be How to Lose a Guy a Guy in 10 Days. Oh my gosh. But yeah, everything about that movie, it literally just blew my mind. How someone can like think of something so much bigger than them and connect it in a movie from beginning to end. Like when you're watching it the first time, you're like you didn't know that these things are going to connect until the end. And I love when something does that. Like a book, a movie, anything. I love when something does that because it just feels so complete. Like it feels so well thought out, and I love that.
Yeah, I like Interstellar. I just think it's overhyped as his best movie.
I think the end could have been like the very very end could have been a little bit different, but still, I don't know. It doesn't really knock it down because of everything else being so great.
On a visual level, it's like one of the best ever, definitely.
Yeah.
On a visual and a soundtrack level.
Yeah.
All right, my last movie, which is currently right now, I think my number one movie in general, but it changes all the time. Days Confused probably has a lot to do just like the fact that we're from Austin, so it's just cool seeing Austin.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, like that's literally what it is. It makes you feel nostalgic even if you didn't grow up in the 70s or didn't have even that exact experience in high school. It just makes you
Mm-hmm.
have the nostalgia for past times, and I think it gets better
The
the
good
older
old
you get.
days.
Yeah, the older you get, the
Yeah.
better it gets. It's like
Mm-hmm.
literally that line he says in it about the high school girls.
I like the movie, but I wish it had more of a plot. I'm not a huge fan of like um no, what are they called? Like
Not that's not non-linear. I think just like No plot.
I know they have a name, but whatever. I don't know. It's just more of like a go with the flow kind of thing, and I'm not a huge fan of this, but it is a good movie, and the soundtrack is good. Matthew McConaughey is good in it.
This is his first role. That's kind of crazy.
Don't and I don't like the little kid, the main little kid.
No,
That
but
also kind of throws me off.
he's not a good actor, but it also fits that he's like so awkward because he's trying to fit in with these seniors and he's a freshman. So I think it adds to it a little bit that he sucks so much as an actor. It also launched like a bunch of careers, like Matthew McConaughey for one, Ben Affleck, um Renee Zellweger was in it. So it's kind of crazy that like these three big actors were all in this one movie.
And if you're ever in Austin or near Austin, you have to try Top Notch because it actually is that good. It is really that good. So,
It is really that
just
good.
throwing that out
It's
there.
just unfortunate that it's so overpriced. Probably because it's in, they can like say, hey, this was in Days Confused.
All right, I'll kind of fast forward my last two. My last two, one of them is Little Women. This one just makes me so giddy. Literally, like the first scene, I'm like smiling ear to ear because this movie is just so cute and so perfect, and all the monologues in it are just great. And Greta Gerwig is obviously just amazing. So everything about it, cast, obviously it's stacked cast. The soundtrack, the story, so great. And my last movie is Labyrinth, which is just
Mm,
like a childhood favorite of mine, so I feel like it kind of has to be on here. I grew up with it. I used to be freaking terrified of the movie, but I still loved it so much. I love David Bowie in it. That's so weird, but like I really loved David Bowie when I was a kid because of this movie and the songs.
he's actually a
And
good
it's just like,
actor.
yeah, like I don't know, I just wish he would have done more acting. It was just, it's so great, and it's like the perfect epic adventure. Like I don't know, and all the creepy characters. I loved like goofy characters when I was a kid. I don't know, like goofy little
You're a Hoggle
things.
fan, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I love Hoggle. Oh, and Ludo. Oh my God. I just love little weird animals and weird little things. So,
Creepy little goblin boys.
so yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Do you have any honorable mentions real quick? I was thinking that I was shocked that you didn't say Ladybird.
It's up there. Had Ladybird and The Social Network right outside my top
Mm,
five.
okay, yeah, I think I had Ladybird on. Would definitely have Ladybird on an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, my top five like changes all the time, just because there's so many good movies.
Yeah, I almost could even put Challengers up there.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
that good, huh?
dare I say it, dare I say it. All right, now we're going to talk about our favorite actors. Um, I'll go first because earlier I was talking about Timothy Chalamet, and he is in three of my top favorite movies: Little Women, Interstellar, Call Me by Your Name.
He is an
Um,
Interstellar.
and he is obviously doing some big things right now. Dune, Wonka, and the new oh my God, he's gonna play. I had to cut this because I'm
Bob
like,
Dylan.
yes, thank you. Bob Dylan. I love him. I think he's such a great actor. He's so charismatic in real life. He's super, he just seems so super sweet in real life. His digital footprint is amazing. He's like one of us, you know. He's Is he Gen Z? He's not Gen Z. But he's
Mm,
one of
he's
us at
he's born
heart.
in '95. He might be like a late
I think
millennial.
he's a millennial. But I don't know, he just seems so sweet, and he's a great actor. And he has great monologues and a bunch of different things. So yeah.
Yeah, and he still has a long way to go. He's only not even 30 yet, I don't think. For my top three actor, I would have to say Ryan Gosling, obviously.
Okay, that was my other one, so we can group it.
What
Because I
guy
also said
wouldn't
Ryan Gosling.
what guy wouldn't have Ryan Gosling up in his top three?
He's
He's
just
everyone wants to be
he's
him.
everything. And everyone wants him too.
Yeah.
You
He's just
either
like
want to be him or you want him.
he can do comedy, he can do romance, he can
He
do
can do real shit.
yeah, he can do drama,
And he's
he,
just so funny. He's
he can
just
do
so
action.
funny.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
so likable. I don't think he's ever played a
He's
villain because I
so
think
charismatic.
it's impossible to root against Ryan Gosling. I guess
I
Ken,
couldn't.
but even then, you're still rooting for him, kind of.
Yeah. He just seems like such a great guy.
Yeah, honestly, he should have taken home the Oscar over Robert Downey
I'm
Jr.
telling you. I'm telling you.
He can sing, he can dance, the triple threat. All right. Well, since that was your next one, should I go again?
Yeah, you can go again.
Okay. I would have to say next on my top three is Willem Dafoe.
Oh my goodness.
He's so good in everything. He's like, if Willem Dafoe's in a movie, then I want to see it. Even
Yeah,
if
I
the
get
movie he,
that.
even if the movie he's in is bad, then I think he still puts in a good performance.
Mm, yeah. He seems so sweet. He's so drippy too on the streets of New York.
Yeah, you can tell he like really cares about like movies and the stuff he does, but he also is like he's not like pretentious. Like he'll do stuff like Spider-Man and John Wick,
Yeah,
but also do stuff like Martin
I like Willem
Scorsese
Dafoe.
and Wes Anderson and stuff.
He's all right. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys my last favorite actor, and that is Saoirse Ronan. She is in so many of my favorites, and I'd like to see her in some more things coming up. She has some great roles and some great monologues, and she just seems like a really sweet person. And yeah, I'd really like to see her in some more movies. I don't know what the last thing she's been in, but it's been a while since we've seen her. And so I hope we get to see some more of her soon.
Nice. Oh, I didn't give my last one, did I?
It was, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll just cut this little bit.
Um, my last actor on my list would probably be Rob Williams. Um, think it's a real shame that he's not around anymore because I think it'd be great to see him still doing stuff. Um,
Yeah.
I think he was one of the funniest people in movies, but he was also great in like serious stuff, like in Good Will Hunting
Hmm.
or in Awakenings with Robert De Niro. He's just he was able to do it all, and he brought like an energy that no one else did.
Yeah. I wonder what movies he, if he were still alive, what he would be in. Like, what would his next big thing have been? You know, it's crazy
Yeah,
to
he
think.
would have been only like in his early 70s, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Um, so I guess we're just gonna wrap things up with a quick review of The Fall Guy.
Speaking of Ryan Gosling,
Speaking of Ryan Gosling, yeah, he was pretty good in it.
hmm
He was pretty
we really
funny.
liked it. I gave it a 4 stars. What did you give it?
I gave it 3.5 stars.
Pretty close then. Yeah.
It started out a little slow for me. I wasn't really vibing with it, but I think once it got into the second half and the story started progressing a little bit more, and more of the action stunts came in, then I was really
Yeah.
into it.
I think I went in not expecting to really like it, but to have a good time. But I actually did really enjoy it. and I thought the story was pretty cool and different, and new. And like you said, all the stunts were pretty cool because it's a stunt guy movie, and so it was kind of cool to see like some focus on stunts. So we got to see a lot of cool scenes and stuff. And it was funny too, obviously. I feel like I saw a lot of Kin in this. I saw a lot of Kinergy in this. I don't know
Energy?
if the Kinergy will ever leave him now, but I felt
No,
like
that's just who he
some of the
is.
things he was saying, yeah, some of the things he was saying, I was like, hey, I know this guy.
What
Um,
did you think about him and Emily Blunt's chemistry?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty cute. I don't really like Emily Blunt, so it's kind of I was just
Yeah,
like,
I
ugh.
wasn't really feeling it either. That's why I asked.
I thought their chemistry was pretty good,
It
but
did its job, but it wasn't like him and Emma Stone
yeah, nothing could beat him and Emma Stone.
or even him and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, yeah,
But hopefully, maybe not because it seems like this movie's not doing very well. But hopefully, it brings some attention to like the stunt people.
stunts. Yeah,
They can get their own category at the Oscars that people have been asking for a long time.
yeah, that would be really cool. I thought it was really good, and obviously stacked list of actors.
Yeah, a
Um,
bunch of people. I thought literally it was just mostly Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, but it had some other people that I had no clue were going to be in it, like Aaron Taylor
and
Johnson.
yeah, no, he was in the trailer.
He
I'm pretty
was.
sure.
Oh, I
Yeah,
must have missed that.
I think they tell you that he's his stunt in the trailer. I think, but I do remember going in knowing he was going to be in it. So I got that information from somewhere. I don't know. He was really good in it. I really like
Yeah,
him.
he's pretty
I
funny.
thought, yeah,
So was I think his name's Duke Winston. He plays
yeah,
the dude in Black Panther.
yeah.
He's good
I
in this
liked
too.
him in that.
Oh, Winston
Oh,
Duke, not Duke Winston.
and then the girl from Everything Everywhere All at Once
Oh yeah,
was
she
in
was
it,
like
which I was not expecting.
yeah, she had like a little cameo almost.
Yeah. Taylor Swift had a cameo.
Oh yeah, that was a good scene. That was funny.
That was funny.
That's
Oh, I
probably
just
the
love Ryan
funniest
Gosling.
scene.
He's so funny. Uh,
Didn't he do all too well on SNL also?
did he?
I
Oh,
think
didn't he? Yeah, didn't he do
I
his like
heard that
own thing?
he sang it like about again.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Oh, I love him so much. He's so fun. He was really funny in this. Very, very much so channeling his Kenergy in this.
Very
He was like,
charming.
ah, yeah, so charismatic and so funny. But it was cool to see him like, their own stunts, even though it's not actually him. Um, but I
The
like the
one
whole
thing
Inception thing, like the stunt guy doing the stunts, but he also has a stunt
he
guy
also
for
has a
him.
stunt double.
I liked that too, thinking about
That's
that
one
in
thing
the
though
movie.
that's unrealistic is Ryan Gosling would not be a stunt guy. They would definitely try and get him to be an actor.
He was
He's too
beefed though. Look how
he's
beefed
too
he was in
handsome to be a
this.
stunt man.
He beefed up a little bit for this. I'll say it.
Yeah, he was eating burritos.
What does that mean?
Remember said he could eat all the burritos he wanted when he was parking those cars? Spoilers for the Fall
Oh,
Guy, by the way.
oh,
Not that big of a spoiler. But yeah, overall the Fall Guy was really good.
yeah, I
Definitely
liked
see
it.
it.
Like I
Definitely see
said,
it in
I didn't.
theaters, I think.
Yeah, but like I said, I didn't really think I was gonna like it. But I thought I knew I'd have a good time. But I did come out really enjoying it. And I definitely watch it again. So
Yeah. So I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thank y'all for listening. Let us know what you thought about our list. Next week, we're going to be back reviewing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Excited for that.
yeah.
And we'll see y'all next week.